Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to try out the new Tarte and Sugarrush BU palette, which I saw online and I thought it just looked so cute. So I did purchase this with my own money. I've been playing around with it for a few weeks and I have lots of thoughts to share. I also have nothing on my eyes right now, so I'm going to apply these shadows on camera so you see how they blend and see how they wear, and I'll share what I think along the way. Before we get started, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That would mean so much to me, and keep on watching if you want to see this palette in action. So I'm going to start by inserting swatches for you. We have Be Fab, Be Free, Be the Change, Be Sweet, Be Positive, Be Independent, Be Brilliant, Be Brave, Be inspired, and be beautiful. Be creative, be loving, be bold, be kind, and be fly. And then the final row, be fun, be cool, be a boss, be courageous, and be optimistic. So obviously it's shaped like a honeycomb, and that's what drew me to this palette. I just thought it looked so cute. Now, I will say, when I finally got this in the mail and I opened it up and saw what the packaging looked like, I got a little disappointed because it feels really cheap. It's a cheap yellow plastic. It almost feels like kids' makeup, which is horrible to say, but that's what it feels like. So I wish they had spent a little bit more on the material for the outer portion of the palette. Obviously this is see-through, and from a design perspective, I don't mind that. I do wish it had a mirror because obviously there's a lot of real estate for a mirror there, but it's not a bad thing to me just because I do think there's honeycombs on the outside, if you can see. I think the see-through part from a design perspective is pretty cool. So I'm going to do an eye look with this. I'm going to start, like I always do, laying down a really light color right underneath my brows. Obviously I'm using a very big fluffy brush. I think it's depositing the color really nice, and the color is fanning out and blending really well. So I'm going to go into the deepest shade in the palette, and it's a dark brown. I'm going to take a slightly smaller blending brush and I'm going to put that lower in the crease. I'm going to use this one from Real Techniques. This is Real Techniques 301. I actually love this brush as a blending brush. And if you have hooded eyes, here's a trick. I like to look down as I apply my inner crease color, because then I can really see where I'm depositing the color. If I look straight ahead, there's no way that my brush can go in there. These colors are blending beautifully, and that's one thing I really like about this palette. All of the colors blend really, really nicely. So I really love the blend on all of these matte shadows. And I like that for all of the matte shadows in this palette. All of them blend really, really nicely. They're all really pigmented, and I like that about them. So now I'm going to go into this one, which is a very bright, almost warm copper. And this is Be a Boss. And I'm going to put this on the rest of the lid. So I'm going to go back into Be a Boss, and I'm going to use my fingers and press that on the center of the lid. And using my fingers for this palette gets me a lot more punch to the color. If you're willing to use your fingers, this palette works really well if you like that application technique. I think I'm liking these shadows applied more with my fingers than with a brush, if I want a lot of punch. If you want something a little less pigmented or something that you're going to wear every day, using a brush is perfectly fine. So I really like how the upper lid is looking. I'm going to mimic that on the lower lid and just smoke it out. So if you have downturned eyes like I do, you'll see that this part of my eye is lower than my lower lid space. So what I like to do is try to keep this going upwards so that I go into that lower portion, the downturned portion, and it looks like it's just lifting upwards. And this brush is really good. This is an IT Cosmetics brush, and it, with this pointed tip, can allow me to get right into that area so that I can not have any skipping happening. So I'm going to put some lashes on and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. So here's the final look. I added some lashes and the only other thing I added was this gold color, which is Be Brave. And I put that in the inner corner because I thought I'd try to see if I could brighten it up. And it actually brightened it up quite a bit. I love the layout of this. I think it's super cute. The honeycomb and then the bees that are superimposed in here I think are so adorable. So this would be a lovely gift. Again, I think the packaging feels really cheap. I wish there was a mirror. I understand why it's see-through because then you can see all the honeycombs, but I really do wish there was a mirror or that somehow the packaging felt like it was a bit more substantial. But I do like this palette. If you don't have an everyday palette yet, or if you don't have a palette that has a bunch of these types of tones, I think this is a really nice one. I think the pigmentation is really good. I think they blend beautifully on the eyes, and I'm going to reach for this on the daily. And I think if you like bees, this is also a really cute palette. I hope this review was helpful. I hope you enjoyed seeing the swatches and seeing how these applied. If you liked this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have lots more videos coming. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.